Welcome to 549 Media. The lights are on, the crowd is loud, and the stage is set for tonight's action. From the opening whistle to the final buzzer, we bring you every drive, every shot, every play that makes the difference. This is where passion meets performance and every moment counts. Grab a snack, sit back, and enjoy your hometown Yellow Jackets because the game starts now.
And good morning and welcome into the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Kyle Haverman for our third place girls basketball game of the Holiday Hoops at the Hive. Park Christian, New York Mills, getting ready to square off, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, we had a long day yesterday, and you can tell in your voice you're going to have to be, dig deep to find a way to get through these four games, and it's going to be a great day of basketball. Nice, we're starting a little bit earlier today, but, the gym, these games, we talked about it yesterday, not a whole lot of people here, kind of the teams that lost, so there's not as much, get up and go. Sometimes these teams will go to the hotel and sit in the pool in the hot tub, and so basketball kind of becomes secondary and it becomes more of a team bonding experience. So a lot of times it's, can you get yourself motivated? Can you pump yourself up? And so, Park Christian had a tough game yesterday in which it was relatively close for quite a bit of the game. They actually had a lead for a while. And so I looked at them to kind of rebound today against New York Mills, who struggled against the Yellow Jackets yesterday.
Like you said, Park Christian, good first half, hung around, but the second half, Sauk Center really took control, used their height inside. I'll be interested to see what Park Christian does today. Yeah,
they have two solid guards that kind of run the show for them. They'll probably be a lot more comfortable. One of the things that happened to them yesterday is they were getting downhill and they were getting into the lane, but Sauk Center knows that. They wall up and then they just let it go. And so, that was a big part of it. I think once they get going downhill, they're going to score a lot more. They have a fantastic record, and they're leading in the Pine to Prairie Conference on their side of the conference. So they're going to win a lot of games this year. It's just Sauk Center is kind of at a different level. So it'll be a fun one. I'm just expecting, Park Christian to play pretty well today.
Park Christian 5-3, New York Mills 3-4. We'll take a break.
Welcome to Purim, Minnesota, a great place to visit and an even better place to live. Here's a look at just a few of the things you can experience here. If you'd like to find your inner otter in Purim, visit OttertailLakesCountry.com.
We take pride in what we send out. When you open a bag of licorice, you want that licorice to look good, you want that licorice to taste good. We work for you. We take pride in what we're making and what we are offering. It is so important to me. I do thank KLN from the bottom of my heart. They believe you and your family is important.
Purim Health is here to take care of you, to keep you crushing it. Broken bone? We'll fix it. New baby? We'll deliver. We've heard that. And yes, we can help. From life's big moments to the annoyingly sick ones, our providers have the expertise and compassion to handle it all. Purim Health, so you can keep on hitting it.
Hi, I'm Tammy Jo Awney at United Community Bank, your local community bank. We've been serving the area since 1911, helping families grow, businesses expand, right here locally. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas from your friends at United Community Bank. We'd like to thank you for banking locally, serving you locally in Perms, Frazee, and Dent.
United Community Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC.
At Hilltop Lumber, we're not just about building materials, we're about building relationships. We're honored to be recognized for our excellence in our industry, but the greatest reward? It's the trust we built with our customers. It's not just about providing quality materials, it's about building strong relationships. We're proud to be a part of the communities we serve, working with you to bring your vision to life. Because at Hilltop Lumber, success is measured by the partnerships we create and the homes, businesses, and dreams we help build together. Hilltop Lumber, where we help plan, supply, and deliver dreams.
Welcome back into the Hive. I'm Jason Groth with Kyle Haverman as we get ready for today's game between Park Christian and New York Mills. And Kyle, on a day like today, if the soup is whispering, the bull has heard the joke already.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You know, that's what happens with these morning games, trying to find a way to get to it early. And I think you'll know that kind of that exact feel of the game early in it, just because these teams both, you know, it's early in the morning. It's 9:55 right now. They're getting ready to play in 2 minutes, and you know, trying to think about maybe their holiday break or what they're doing over New Year's Eve. So that's a good way to put it, and we'll see how it goes here in a couple minutes.
Park Christian and New York Mills face one common opponent. That's Lake Park Audubon. It was a 10-point victory for 3-point victory for Park Christian, and a 10-point victory for New York Mills. So it'll be interesting to see how these two teams match up today. Yeah,
and Lake Park Audubon actually has a pretty good girls team this year. They've got some tall height as well with the Pagel girl, and then they have some good guards. There's a Nelson girl that's pretty tough, and so I will actually ref their game in the summer. So that's a pretty good indicator between the two teams that this maybe will be closer than I think. I just think that the way I felt the game out yesterday, now it's hard to know how good Mills is when Perham shot it the way they did. I mean, it doesn't matter. We were talking about it. This is a blowout. Well, it didn't matter who they were playing yesterday if every single free in the first half goes up, that goes in. So maybe that's give us a better game than we think here, Grove.
As we wait, the starting lineups brought to you by New Horizons Realty. Park Christian, New York Mills getting ready to square off to kick off the day of games. Full slate of games here today at the Hive.
Yep. Get the anthem done for the day and get it rocking. We got a good veteran set of officials too. I'm sure these guys found a way to schedule themselves early so they can be done for the day and back home. Normally they get a JV game in too, so they got the right straw getting to get out of here early. A little bit of snow outside too, so it's nice to get it taken care of.
We'll be back with the start of this game here on the 549 Media Network.
McCall Construction is the Lakes area full-service construction management company, offering a truly personalized experience. From dream homes to commercial spaces, McCall Construction focuses on putting you first with experienced value engineering that delivers on your vision and surpasses your expectations. Whether you already have a plan or you're just getting started, give them a call. McCall Construction will make the entire process so much easier. Call them at 218-346-7070 or check them out on Facebook.
Central Market, the fresh place in Perham and Detroit Lakes, offering the freshest meat, produce, bakery, and deli products possible with great value for your money. A visit to Central Market is a journey into freshness. You'll always be able to find a wide variety of items that will result in the perfect meal for your family and friends. Begin with their meat department, and whether it's succulent fruit and vegetables, fresh baked specialties from their bakery, or the convenience of fresh deli selections, Central Market is the fresh place for your family. Go Yellow Jackets!
At New Horizons Realty, we're on your team. For over 25 years, we've been helping families and businesses find the perfect place to call home here in the Lakes area. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just dreaming, we've got the experience and local knowledge to guide you through every step of your real estate journey. As proud supporters of the Perham Yellow Jackets, we believe in building strong teams on the mat, court, or field, and in the community. Check out our current listings at PerhamRealEstate.com or give us a call today at 218-346-7767.
Since 1955, Esser Plumbing and Heating has been keeping homes and businesses comfortable across the Lakes area. From residential and commercial new construction to plumbing and HVAC service, our skilled technicians bring knowledge, experience, and a friendly smile to every job. When comfort matters, trust the team your neighbors have counted on for generations. Call 877-882-4822 or visit EsserPlumbingandHeating.com. Esser Plumbing and Heating. Trusted people, trusted service.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Welcome back. Introductions taking place.
How about that national anthem by Matt Andreessen? He's got the voice of an angel. He was at my Christmas mass too, so I got to sit and listen to him. Fantastic singer, a great teacher at DGF, and also a good official, very good official. He only teed me up one time in my career, but that's because I asked for him to give me a tee as loud as I could. So, wonderful job by him.
Question is, how many tees did you accumulate in your career?
I'm going to need some time. It's not as much as you'd think. It's, I would say, somewhere around 11. Right around one a year. But we got 17 listeners right now. I'm not sure I want that news out there. So we'll kind of rewind there and say it was more like 4.
We normally don't want those numbers out there either, but here's the starting lineup for males. It's Gabby Baden, Rosemary Laudenbach, Annika Dunrud, Elise Shornack, and Chloe Costin. For Park Christian, Annika Johnson, Ashlyn Forty, Sierra Carlson, Haley Free, and Elizabeth Suckert for Park Christian.
I think a big key is can they get Dunrud going, on Mills' side. She played pretty well yesterday considering the way the game went. What I like a lot of times, and you see this a lot in basketball, when a game's not going your way and the best player on the team that's getting beat bad, a lot of times they can take some really poor choices and they can it ends up kind of jettisoning them from their teammates but they're just trying to get shots up. That's not how Dunrud played yesterday. She took some tough shots, but for the most part, she still distributed it well. She was, made some deep threes, but she, particularly in the second half, played pretty well.
Mills will get the opening possession here with the basketball right away as Dunrud. She goes over to Laudenbach. Cross court it goes here for Baden. Now Dunrud looking inside. Cross court stolen away. That's Carlson with a nice read. Carlson back, drops it off. Suckert had a nice game against Sox center, off balance shot, gets it to go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly how Park Christian looked yesterday. Is they're very active in their zone and were able to get those. It's just can they sustain that? They did that for a while, but towards the end of the first half and most of the second half, their hands were down the rest of the game and they weren't as active. So look for that today. If they can be more active, they're going to have a lot of success.
Off the miss, Johnson to the hoop, gets the and one opportunity. And Park Christian running. as Johnson has a chance at a three-point play at the Horseman free throw line. Foul is on Loudenbach. That's her first.
Park Christian will probably come back exactly with that, extended zone that they do back into a 1-3-1. So this is looking more like a 2-2-1 back into that 1-3-1 look is what I'm guessing they'll do. They're trapping as the ball gets across half court.
And now that's stolen away. Here's Sukert with it. Dishes it over to 40 off the glass. It's good. 40 makes it 7-0 and a quick run for Park Christian. We thank you for tuning in and bearing with me and my voice today. As that one gets thrown away on the near side. It's almost saved, but it is not out of bounds. As Shornak couldn't control that one.
I like this by Dunrud here. He can kind of sense his team, kind of floundering. He's going to come with some pressure, try to get them going a little bit, and maybe create a little havoc. Sometimes you got to do that early in the game just to get your team get a little bit more active, especially playing these morning games.
Sukert, the three from the corner is no good. Rebound Loudenbach. She'll come back the other way for the Eagles. Getting pressured there by 40. Picks up her dribble, looks inside. Here's Dunrud with it. Back to Loudenbach. Baden now looking to drive, gets cut off. In with it to Dunrud. She's looking things over. She fires the three. That one's offline. Rebound to 40.
You would like to see Dunrud reverse pivot there and look for the high-low. It was definitely there instead of dribbling out and taking a tough three. You just don't practice those very often. The dribble out, shoot threes.
And there's a three-pointer and a nice feed. Carlson hits that one.
You do practice those ones, though. The inside-out threes, those are the ones you do all day, for hours on end.
A 10-0 run. We'll take a break. Park Christian.
At New Horizons Realty, we're on your team. For over 25 years, we've been helping families and businesses find the perfect place to call home here in the Lakes area. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just dreaming, we've got the experience and local knowledge to guide you through every step of your real estate journey. As proud supporters of the Perham Yellow Jackets, we believe in building strong teams on the mat, court, or field, and in the community. Check out our current listings at PerhamRealEstate.com or give us a call today at 218-346-7767.
From the plains of North and South Dakota to the lakes of Minnesota, one remarkable creature thrives, the cold climate heat pump. It cools when it's hot, heats when it's not, and uses far less energy than traditional systems. Those who welcome one into their habitat enjoy year-round comfort, generous rebates, and bills that nearly hibernate. Cold climate heat pumps, cooling, heating, and saving all year. That's efficient comfort. Powered by Otter Tail Power Company.
Well, strong start for Park Christian. Has them up 10-0. Big shots early. Sierra Carlson hits a big three-pointer, leads to a timeout. And now New York Mills will have the basketball out of the break. Baden with it, taking a look at the pressure. Gets it to Dunrud. They got to hurry and get it across to Loudenbach. And that pass Alter comes to the near side. Baden's looking to drive the lane, knifes through, gets it up and in for two.
Good work coming out of that half or that timeout. Needed that badly. Almost turned it over and then got the bucket. That hopefully can help them get them going.
Here's 40 with it. Looks inside. Johnson back to 40 as they work the high-low. 40 will take that long jumper. It's good. She gets that to go.
She made a lot of those yesterday. It seems to be her game, that kind of mid-range game.
Dunner with it. They converge on her. It comes over to the near side. Baden launches. It's no good. Rebound inside and a foul will put Shornak to the line.
That's looks like deja vu, right? They get them to take a tough three. They're going to, get them to do exactly what they want, but then they miss that backside board. You got to clear that girl out and get them moving.
Free throw's good.
Card had a nice game yesterday off the bench.
Free throw was good.
Couple active fans there, Growth.
Park Christian brought a good contingent of fans to a 10 a.m. game here in Perham. And they're right behind their bench, and you'll see on the far side when they get the ball. Here's Carlson. Drives in the lane, kick out outside, but she traveled.
That's a tough one. It looked like she just kind of stopped and looked to pivot, but sometimes when the whistle that won't blow, it's the wind already did.
Half court, here's Mills with it. Down low to Dunrud. She goes for the reverse, doesn't get it to roll. Carlson brings it up court, now over to 40. To the corner. There is Froy, looking here to the near side. Comes back up top, Carlson fires, and she hits.
She goes. Nice job by Carlson. She needs to be a little bit more active in that zone, that trap that came over on the opposite end. She had an absolute opportunity to steal that reverse pass, but she's kind of watched it. And so when she's active and she's moving, she's a really good player, but she needs to, continue that throughout every possession.
And a held ball's called after the rebound.
And maybe that's what, coach is thinking here too. Just these morning games, maybe sub a little bit more than you normally would, just to get, girls a little bit more break, especially when you just played yesterday.
Here's 40 with it now. Looks for Carlson. She's got 6 on the night now to the corner. Inside it goes. They kick it back out. Card will take the long jumper. That's too strong. Rebound is grabbed by Vaden. Dunrud. Stolen away. Carlson up ahead to 40. 40 drives, misses the layup. Putback is no good. Earning a trip to the line is Rogness to the Horseman free throw line.
Park Christian just really like what they're doing so far. They're pushing tempo, which is leading to runouts and, at least getting to the free throw line, and then also defensively just being a little bit more active in regards to, taking that chance and taking that risk to get steals. And it's paying off, and that typically is the case when you're playing maybe a little bit lesser of an opponent.
Rogness hits him at the Horseman free throw line. Now pressure on. And here's with it is Laudenbach. She looks down low, feed. Shot swatted away by Carlson, and it goes off short neck.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. She had the opportunity to maybe get that steal, but just sprinting off of that, that's your responsibility. If that trap's there, you take away first pass. And she was even a step slow there, but was able to get the block, and then it went off of her head, off of the opponent's head, and now it's their ball.
Inside, shot short. And a whistle's ball goes out of bounds.
Mills switching up defenses kind of every other possession by the looks of it. They're in like a 2-3 look here.
Laudenbach comes up with it, gets it to Dunrud. Vaden drives, knifes through, tough shot, doesn't get it to go. She will go to the line as it's 17-4 in favor of Park Christian. And when two clocks in a shed agree on nothing but dust, that's what you have here a little bit with 12:49 to go. Free throw's good.
Yeah. I think the opportunity for Mills is that's where it's going to have to be. Is you saw Park Christian just kind of standing and watching, and they were able to drive right down the lane to draw the foul. That's just, I think, the way they're going to do it, because if it's on the perimeter, those two tall blonde guards that Park Christian have, they're just too active. They got to get downhill quicker. I think that's their chance to get back in this game and have a chance at winning this thing.
To the floor, Mills gets the basketball. Dunrud slowly brings it up, gets it over to Laudenbach. Comes over near side, here's Vaden. Now to the corner, Dunrud. She has the look. Brings the rain, but can't get it to fall. And coming back the other way.
Good possession, though, for Mills. That's what they moved the ball quickly, snapped it around to get that out of the zone, got a good look at it, and even had a chance at the offensive board.
Carlson now to the near side, tapped away. Nice play, Vaden. Vaden, coast to coast, gets to go. She's got 5. Looking inside. Now they kick it back out. Carlson looking for the 3 and hits her third three-pointer of the first half. She has 9.
Coach wanted a timeout after the make, but didn't get it. Going to have to wait for another possession to get it. Maybe you want to keep the hot hand in there before you call a timeout anyways.
Dunrud gets it tapped away to the floor. Held ball. Now, how often when you see that as a coach, you want that timeout, you won't end up not getting it because of wherever the ref is or whatever.
Yeah.
How soon do you think? Is that just something that just goes to mind and keep the girl on the floor and keep going? I know they just sub 2, but is that kind of just a change a little bit as a three-pointers launch? Sorry, Kyle.
I think you're exactly right. It's kind of a, after you don't get it, you almost think it's divine intervention not to do it, and then you kind of roll with it. Most of the time when you're trying to call a timeout after a make, right? You're trying to just kind of revamp, especially at that 12-minute mark. A lot of times what I like to do is if I feel like the game's going well, I'll try to give them that 12-minute mark. I just say, hey, take your breath. Hey, take your 30 seconds here. All right, here's some adjustments we should do. But you're really just trying to give them a little bit more time, especially we talked about yesterday. I thought Park Christian looked tired late in the game, so maybe just one of those kind of breathers. But I think both teams are playing okay. I like the way that Mills is responding to that slow start. Now they just got to play defense and get a run of stops together.
We talk about getting the defense and get a stop there. That follows the Dunrud 3 as it cuts the lead to 10. Now Vaden with it. Dunrud to the corner here. They look back inside. Dunrud with the turnaround jumper is no good. Rebound tapped and eventually grabbed by Sukert, and she'll come up ahead with the feed there for Annika Free. But she took a couple extra steps and turns it over.
Yeah, I like the way Mills is attacking that zone. Just got to shoot that thing with a little bit more conviction. You get those mid-range kind of shots you're not really comfortable with, but you're wide open. Sometimes you tell them just put your head down and attack the defender instead of taking that tough one. But I like the way they're moving it, and they're keeping themselves around. And once you break it a few times, then you start to feel really comfortable about doing it over, and then there starts to be a little bit of questioning on the defense side of things as well.
Dunrud hits another 3, cuts it to 7. You talked about getting stops. Mills has done that the last few possessions. But there they find Johnson open. She misses the bucket. Rebound grabbed, tied up, now comes Free. Short jumper's good there for Rogness.
Oh, that possession would drive you crazy as a coach if you're Mills, right? You have your hands up. You should never allow a diagonal pass through the middle of the zone. You got bailed out that she missed the wide open layup, and then no one focused in on the rebound. So when you get it down to 7 and you feel really good, and then you have that possession, you just can't have those if you want to stay in basketball games.
Dunrud took a deep 3, goes off the iron. Park Christian another rebound. Now driving the lane is Free. She kicks to the near side. Sukert will take and hit. She's got 5, and just like that, the lead goes back to 12.
Those are ones you do in possession I was talking about, Growth. That's the one you do in film session. Just you talk about those little moments. Nobody remembers it, but they're just huge, huge moments in the game. You get a stop down 20-13 with a chance to get it within, 4, and instead you don't do the little things, and now it's quickly stretched back to 12.
And almost a steal, but Vaden gets it, goes back up top. Laudenbach, turnaround jumper for Dunrud. She calls the bank and hits that one. Early hours, or normal banker hours. I keep forgetting it's Tuesday. She gets that one to go. And there's a steal. Vaden has Dunrud with her. There's the bounce pass and a finish for Dunrud. Dunrud now has 10. The lead back down to 8. Sukert takes a look. Couple of changes coming in for Park Christian on the next stoppage. And now there's another steal. Nice job there. Costin getting her hand in the lane. Laudenbach with it. Dunrud's going to take a very deep 3. off the front iron. Park Christian calls timeout. They get it. 7:58 to go in Hilltop Lumber.
80-90% of this world goes to a 8-to-5 job, and they get to slave away to barely get by. We have the opportunity to go put in the work and be able to change people's lives. Be the less than 1% in this business. Everyone in this room has the opportunity for growth. Everyone in this room has the opportunity to go protect a bunch of people. Be that person today.
If you're self-motivated and disciplined, this is the opportunity for you. Call Dan Persons at 218-259-0741 for more information.
Good morning and welcome back into the Hive. Jason Groth with Kyle Haberman, and right now, Park Christian holds an 8-point lead on New York Mills. They weathered the storm, have the Eagles. Couple of possessions you talked about a little bit, getting closer. They were down to 7. The Eagles brought it back, or the Falcons, brought it back up. But
yeah, I think Coach Dunrud's done a nice job of kind of understanding what the best chance for his squad is to be. I think it has a lot to do with kind of getting that thing out in transition, trying to create a little bit of havoc, not trying to beat him in a half-court sense. If they get running, Dunrud's a tough player, and I think that's the thing they're looking to attack now. So look for this to stay relatively close.
Card looks inside, now comes the near side. Carlson, Dunrud comes away on the help. Nice play and saves it. Bronco gets the loose ball. Now Laudenbach with it, drives. Officials thought about calling something, but they didn't. Laudenbach misses the 3. Rebound goes to the floor and out of bounds.
Dunrud very active these last 4 or 5 possessions. If she can sustain that, they just don't seem to have a girl that can guard her, especially if they're going to stick with the zone. Although they're matching up here in the out-of-bounds play.
Inside, Bronco with the finish.
Good call there. Little back UCLA back screen for a layup. Excellent out-of-bounds play.
Comes back up top. They swing it around. Does Park Christian. And the travels for it. Turns it over.
Isn't it crazy how momentum in basketball works?
Oh,
right at God, 4 or 5 minutes ago, it looked like Mills was just thinking about how fast they could get on Highway 10, and now they definitely seem like the more active squad.
Now,
I think Dunrud might have some blood. Colton Lehman's checking it out.
She will have to exit quickly. Costin will come back in,
and that's a big thing. They're going to hope head trainer Colton Lehman can get after that quickly, because she was playing really well.
Pass stolen away. Card goes out of bounds. It will go to the Eagles.
If I'm Dunrud, I might be thinking about taking a timeout to buy me some time to get her back in the game, just because you've got it at 6 and you feel really good about where you're at right now. But they can kind of smell blood here in the water, saying, let's put up the pressure here if they don't have, their primary ball handler.
So here's Syme with it. Pass over to Costin, looking things over, goes back to Syme. Bronco open in the post, they get it to her. 6 seconds on the shot clock, thrown in the backcourt, out of bounds. 3 on the shot clock, no change of possession.
I wouldn't have one for this. You don't have anything drawn up. You try to just get them with some momentum going down just like this.
And a heave for 3, it's good! Laudenbach. Just like you draw it up, right?
Yeah, I thought perfect. She's going to get a good, nice set 3, and instead she does the Luka runner.
It's that one. 40 to answer. It's no good. Rebound tapped and out of bounds. I mean, we have seen some buzzer-beating shot clock 3s that I don't think you could draw up ever.
I don't know. She looked very comfortable shooting that thing. That must be what she works on.
I know a lot of teams like to do that half-court 3-car contest at the end of the game, but we're into practice drills, and She stepped into that runner and nailed it to Lauterbach. Vaden with it. Spins.
Oh.
And a foul on and an offensive foul is called.
I think the official was almost shocked at what had happened. She kind of completely hooked, almost grabbed her hair as she came through. And it took him a while to make the call, but very, very obvious from our angle.
Goes near side, Carlson. Sucre, they spin it around. Card misses the three. They fight for the board. Park Christian comes down with it. Now Card with it up top. Carlson goes to the near side. There's Free with it now, taking the short jumper and hitting that one.
You feel pretty good about that defensive possession there if you're New York Mills. You know, you'd like them to maybe jump one of those passes earlier, but
tough entry as Park Christian brings out the full court pressure, makes it 27-22.
the veteran Olsen girls are here from Mills. They're both playing really well in college this last year. They've both been players of the week. I think they both play volleyball and basketball. So they're here checking in the game, and maybe they can provide a little bit of motivation for New York Mills to keep this rocking.
Sucre hits the three. Well, that's one of the neat things about these holiday tournaments. It really allows those alumni to come back and watch some of these games that they normally don't get to see during the regular season.
You saw there was a huge contingent of them up on the track for the Perham boys game. A lot of guys from a lot of different graduated classes, and it was cool to kind of just see them all you could tell they're reminiscing.
Vaden now looking into Dunrud. Been calling for it. Finally gets it. She's going to heave up a three and hit.
She likes to shoot those threes off the dribble.
That's her third to make from beyond the arc. And answer no. Johnson the rebound. Card with it. Sucre now looking things over. Goes cross court. Baseline jumper. Screw it. Annika Johnson leads to a timeout. We'll take it with them. It's 32-25 on the Hilltop Lumber scoreboard.
Lakes Community Cooperative is proud to support Yellow Jacket activities and our entire community. From propane and fuel to feed, HVAC, country stores, auto shops, a meat market, and more, LCC is your one-stop cooperative for farm, home, and business needs. Locally owned and trusted for generations, Lakes Community Cooperative is committed to powering our communities and serving you every day. Visit lakescommunitycoop.com to learn more about your cooperative and the many ways we can serve you.
Perham Health is here to take care of you, to keep you crushing it. Broken bone? We'll fix it. New baby? We'll deliver. We've heard that. And yes, we can help. From life's big moments to the annoyingly sick ones, our providers have the expertise and compassion to handle it all. Perham Health, so you can keep on hitting it.
Welcome back here to the Hive. 4 minutes to go in our opening half. We hope you've enjoyed our holiday hoops at the Hive coverage. Jason Groth with Kyle Haberman. We'll have a special guest broadcaster game 2.
Your voice is tired, man. You know what they say, if the ladder's tired, the roof asks too much. You know, you just ask too much of that voice.
I have no idea what to say to that one as it goes near side for Costa. Into the corner now, there's Shornack. Dunward with it. There's Laudenbach. Shot clock at 10. Vaden looks. Now back to Laudenbach. Deep three from her, offline.
This would drive me bonkers if I'm Park Christian's coach, right? He calls timeout. He says, let's get our hands up. Let's be really active in our zone. And forces New York Mills in just a terrible shot at the end of the shot clock. But the question you'd be asking is, hey, why are we not doing that consistently every possession? Because if we do that, they're not going to score. But they just haven't done it consistently enough over the last couple of days.
Baden doesn't get that to go. Johnson back the other way. Sukert swings it around. Three-pointer coming from Freud. It's no good. Rebound grab, though, by the Falcons. Johnson, another baseline jumper she hits.
It's good ball movement there, but the offensive rebounds out of a zone are just killing New York Mills. You know, one of the things that one of my assistants came up with years ago that we implemented zone-wise is to really forget necessarily about boxing out in the zone as much as finding rebounding pockets, right? You know where that shot's going to come up. If the shot's going to come from that spot on the, let's say it's a baseline kick and that shot comes up, you know that thing more than likely going to either land, it's going to hit short and go right there, or it's going to land in that backside. We talked about pool pockets all the time. Like, that ball's going to land there. So you got to find that spot instead of worry about trying to find the person. And we had a lot of success out of it over trying to find ways to push girls out of there, because it's just tough to find girls in a zone defense. But it's a different philosophy. You know, one of the things that we had is we had a 6'10 guy for a while. Then after that, we had a 6'8 guy. So it was tough for us to kind of match up because we didn't have much depth. So we played more zone than I would have liked to. But that was our main focus is, all right, how can we find a way to rebound the basketball out of this consistently? And we didn't come up with that till about year 3. And I really think if we would have came up with that way to rebound, philosophy earlier, we would have had even more success than we did.
Timeout comes to an end. There was a turnover before that, so as you said, this allows you out of the timeout to set up your defense.
They're just so deflating. Like, they've had some good defensive possessions, and then you give that up. It's just hard, and it affects your offense as well.
Johnson with it into the lane. Comes back out, Sukert with the fake. Tries to drop it off, and there's a steal. Coming away with it is Costin. But it ends up turning it back over. And Sukert's going to wait for everyone to come back before they go to work. Johnson, the trailer, inside. Carlson turned around, drops it off for Johnson. She's fouled on the way up, and she'll shoot a pair.
It's a lot of busy hands in there when you try to do that high-low against the zone like that, but still really good ball movement and found a way to get the foul.
Free throw's good at the Horseman free throw line. Second one, good as well. So Johnson hits them both. She's had a nice first half. Has 9 points. Lead now 11 with 2:06 to go. Aiden taking a look, now picks up her dribble, just heaves it. And it's turned over. Sukert now comes back outside. Carlson dribbles through, floater is good. Carlson now with 11. Lead back to 13. It seems like whenever Mills has a little bit of a run, Park Christian has the answer. Vaden now looking to drive, knifes through to floater with the offhand, and the rebound goes to Johnson. Johnson kick out to the corner. Carlson misses everything. Rebound saved by Card. She'll take it from the corner as well. And Dunner gets the board to the floor, tied up. And a foul on Carlson.
Both teams need to get to halftime. It's getting a little sloppy on both ends. Looked like a foul was called there.
It was indeed on Carlson on the reach on the ground.
I thought they initially called jump ball.
That is usually the go-to.
The Park Christian pressure here this last minute or so in the full court has caused a lot of problems for Park Christian, or for New York Mills.
Down low, feed is blocked. Sukert gets the block of Shornack, and now Sukert has it to the corner. Gets it back. Teammate telling her to shoot. She's just going to drive through and finish at the hoop.
She's had an awesome first half. She's had a couple big steals, a couple good passes, but overall just been really active. And even right now, just being really active defensively caused that's part of her getting that girl sped up. So wonderful first half for 23.
That's Sukert. She's got 10 overall, but like you said, Kyle, the little things that she's brought to the floor today has really helped the Falcons stretch this lead.
That sometimes against a zone like that, it's hard to kind of understand that, they're all just kind of eyes on you, and they're kind of flat-footed. So if you can just attack under control, you still can get downhill. Although it doesn't look like that when you triple threat and look at the basketball or look at the hoop.
And Suker finds the hole in the zone.
Excellent flash right into the hole of the zone. Caught it. Quickly shot. Excellent work.
To the floor and a turnover. That will not count. We'll head to half. Yellow Jackets the Falcons lead by 17. We'll take a break.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
At Joe Foltz Construction, quality and integrity aren't just words, they're our commitment. Since 2004, our owner-operator-led team of skilled craftsmen has brought dream homes, commercial spaces, and major remodels to life across Lakes Country. We guide you through every step, from custom design and accurate estimates to construction and a 10-year warranty that shows we build for life. Your vision is our blueprint. Joe Foltz Construction, craftsmanship you can trust. Visit us in Perham or online at joelfoltzconstruction.com. Horseman Investments and Insurance can help you with your retirement planning goals and insurance protection needs. Kyle Van Dyke and his team provides educated retirement solutions, wealth management strategies, inheritance and legacy planning, and personalized auto, homeowners, and life insurance protection plans. We are here for your lifelong financial wellness. To set up an appointment, call Kyle Van Dyke at 218-236-6665 or email at kyle.vandyke@horseman.com.
They go where you go. They're your wingman. Your, I should get this thing checked out support system. Who knows? They may even be your +1. Or should we say +4? These are your tires. Small town, large city, winter, summer. Every destination and every type of weather. At OK Tire Store and Service, we go the extra mile so you can add some extra miles. See us for tires, preventative maintenance, and more. OKTireInc.com.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Welcome back at the half. Park Christian up big, 42-25, a late run to close things out.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a game of runs, right? This Park Christian starts the game. It looks like maybe we're going to have a repeat of what we saw yesterday, and then some really nice adjustments in how they push tempo and tried to create a little bit of havoc and got New York Mills back in the game. And then Park Christian makes a run again. But I go back to this over and over again. If you're not going to rebound out of the zone, it's just hard to sustain it. I wonder how much of this 42 points has come off second chance points. And then also, you get yourself in foul trouble that way as well. But those are the things that really hurt you when you're trying to find a way. And during these tough seasons that you maybe have, and maybe it's, like I said, those Olsen girls aren't on the team anymore, so you're not going to be as potent. But you just can't give teams second chances if things already have to kind of go perfect to get the victory anyway. So if they can clean that up in the second half, they certainly have the firepower to stay close and get it close. Dunrud had a great first half. She kind of slowed down once she had to come out of the game and had some blood or something that slowed her down. But if they can get her going again, certainly we have a chance of getting it close.
Leading the way, like you said, is Dunrud with 13. For Park Christian, Sukert with 12, Carlson with 11, and Johnson with 9 to lead all scorers there. We'll take a break.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Perham Health is here to take care of you, to keep you crushing it. Broken bone? We'll fix it. New baby? We'll deliver. We've heard that. And yes, we can help. From life's big moments to the annoyingly sick ones, our providers have the expertise and compassion to handle it all. Perham Health, so you can keep on hitting it.
Since 1955, Esser Plumbing and Heating has been keeping homes and businesses comfortable across the Lakes area. From residential and commercial new construction to plumbing and HVAC service, our skilled technicians bring knowledge, experience, and a friendly smile to every job. When comfort matters, trust the team your neighbors have counted on for generations. Call 877-882-4822 or visit EsserPlumbingandHeating.com. Esser Plumbing and Heating. Trusted people, trusted service.
Hey, it's Tucker again, did you know? DOT Insurance Agency.
Welcome back to the Hive. Quick programming note. We have decided for the next game we will not be carrying the Painesville Sox Center game. However, The reason why we're partially not doing that is Mid-Minnesota Sports out of Sauk Center is here. They will carry the Sauk Center Painesville game, so tune into that. Come back here for the championship games. We'll have both Perham girls against Sauk Center and Perham boys against Big Lake here on the 549 Media Network.
Good thing to save that voice of yours for the big championship games. It's nice that it's an easier decision when we have another live stream going. Just hopefully people can find a way to it if they can. But we'll see how the second half goes here of this one. Any predictions here, Growth?
I think the first 5 will be key, and Park Christian's going to, the way they're playing, I think you expect to see Carlson and Sukert to continue to take control of this game.
I have to imagine that was the conversation in the locker room was, hey, finish them off here in the first 5 minutes, don't give them life. And I think that would be the case. If they can stretch this to, let's say, 27 or 28, then you got to imagine Mills will start to maybe call it a day. But that could go the opposite as well. So these first 5 minutes, you just have to get a sense of where they're at. I think a lot of times body language will certainly tell you, how the halftime meeting went and the halftime talk went. So we'll see how it goes here.
And here we go, Sukert with it now near side Johnson. Back to Sukert around the perimeter it goes. Forward pass off the hands of Aiden out of bounds.
Excellent hands by Robbie Cox over there. That ball was flying. One-handed grab. Always cat-like reflexes if you know Robbie.
Up top it goes, Forte with it.
I like Mills, seems very active so far. Getting the hands on a couple passes already to start. Got to keep it up.
Forte with the 3, and she hits.
That's a big one there. Long possession into an inside-out 3.
Up top it goes, Vaden. Looking things over, picks up her dribble to Laudenbach. To the near side, Dunrud. Around the perimeter it goes. It comes to Dunrud, and it's stolen away. Here's Carlson. Offhand, gets the layup to go. She's got 13. It's now 47-25. Dunrud getting trapped, gets away. Sidestep, take the 3, it's no good. Sukert back the other way. The Falcons have numbers. Drop it off near side, Carlson. The 3 offline. 40 with it now. Up top it goes. To the near side, Sukert into the lane. Floater from her. Too strong. Down low, feed inside, shot short, Bronco the rebound. And she's going to go to the line to shoot a pair. An interesting call there.
Yeah, she was trying to box out and didn't get the ball, so she kept on boxing out. And as the shot just ends up getting displaced, and they call a blocking foul.
She hits the first. She's got 3 on the night. Fouls on Fruity. Driving baseline, Johnson cut off. She likes that baseline drive and floater. Now Sukert in the corner, Carlson cuts. It comes up top. In the lane, Johnson, nice drop feed for Sukert, and she finishes.
Amazing possession there. Love that action. That's a flash to the middle off the weak side, and then the other guard just cuts behind the defender knowing that their eyes are on the basketball, in for an easy layup. That is how you draw it up in practice when you're, as a coach, saying, hey, this is what you're looking for. And a lot of times you don't get it in the game as smooth as that. It was wonderful possession of Park Christian as they've stretched it to 22.
Sukert with it. Looks inside. And it comes here to the near side, 40. The 3 offline rebound. And now a foul on Park Christian. Foul will be on Carlson.
You can just tell the pressure of having to break that press every time. They might not necessarily, turn it over, but it's just starting to wear on them as, you work your tail off, 10, 11 seconds just to get the ball across half court. It's not, one of those kind of mild zone presses that you're not necessarily looking to create havoc. What you're just trying to do is just wear teams down, and that seems to be the case as the game continues to stretch in Park Christian's favor.
Don't see that every day. The inbound pass gets batted back, and Dunrud is inbounding. She's having a good laugh about it. God, it's standing on the baseline.
Your reflexes tell you to catch that basketball. It's hard to not do it.
Driving Johnson, she finishes at the hoop. And we got a timeout. We'll take it with them. 51-27 on the Hilltop Lumber scoreboard in favor of.
At Hilltop Lumber, we're not just about building materials. We're about building relationships. We're honored to be recognized for our excellence in our industry. But the greatest reward? It's the trust we built with our customers. It's not just about providing quality materials. It's about building strong relationships. We're proud to be a part of the communities we serve, working with you to bring your vision to life. Because at Hilltop Lumber, success is measured by the partnerships we create and the homes, businesses, and dreams we help build together. Hilltop Lumber, where we help plan, supply, and deliver dreams.
Welcome back out of the timeouts. It will be New York Mills basketball.
One of the big things, too, is they've been able to 40 matches up pretty well with Dunrud, and she's just been leaning on her throughout the second half, which I think has wore her down a little bit, as she's had to, carry the load for the most part for New York Mills.
Near side. Driving is free. Comes back outside Carlson. She loses the basketball, and it's turned over. Here's Dunrud back. Rebound, grabbed, and back come Park Christian. And a foul there, Laudenbach on the reach.
He's been shuffling in two at a time. It hasn't been the same group. He's mixed it up the best he could. Seems to be working.
Corner 3 from Cardinal, good. Rebound grabbed. And another offensive board for Park Christian to continue the possession. Rogness up top it goes. Carlson thought about it, now over the card. Inside, left-hand dribble, drive, finish. 40 at the hoop.
How they've adjusted to this zone is that weak side wing is just flashing hard in the middle of the lane, and if that middle girl is just going to have eyes strictly on the basketball, she's not going to have. They get that backside defender has to scream flasher, 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 which then allows that middle defender to at least shuffle down and get a chip on that girl. If not, it's just way too easy.
All the way around it goes. Here's 40 with it now to Carlson. Looking inside. Comes back outside. Carlson takes. That's off the back iron. Rebound grabbed.
Back in the old days, Growth, that's where you would see if a team's going to go into that zone like that and there's no shot clock, you just pull the thing out and make them go into man. That's the old strategy that used to happen, but now that's not as prevalent. just because you know that you only got 24 seconds, or 35 seconds. But I think at some point Mills has to make the decision to go out and pressure a little bit more.
53-27 in favor of the Falcons. A big second half so far. It's helped them extend this lead. Looking inside Dunrud, and Carlson's going to get the foul going through her.
One time we went zone against Foston, and Ben Hamburger just decided, literally 1 minute into the game, decided to hold the ball at half court. And both him and I are so stubborn, we literally stood there and stared at each other for 15 minutes of basketball. 15 minutes.
I was going to ask if you ever been a part of that as a coach, as Dunrud takes and hits a deep three.
Yeah, and I said some things I regretted, and Ben and I are good friends, but at that moment he was not very happy with me. But I would just, it was a very odd moment, so I'm glad we don't have to worry about that anymore with the shot clock.
I've seen that in the past, actually, a game that I was covering. Drive to the hoop, it's no good on the shot. The put back by Carlson is there. There's a game back in the day when Grand Rapids had their run of 6 straight state tournament appearances. They're playing Cloquet, and they held the ball for about 14 minutes. Driving. Turnaround 40, no good.
I tried it once when we were facing in a playoff game against Pelican, who was, had the Brueggemans and was a state contender, but they were a little bit too good for us to hold that thing, and it was worth a shot. But Brad Strand, who was coaching Pelican at the time, came up to me and said, that was good effort, but we kind of figured you might be going that route, so we were ready to trap you right out of the get-go. And they had adjusted to it just because they knew I was willing to try anything to win. But anyways, we're a little off topic at this point. Bunch of subs coming in for both Park Christian, and then the shooter coming out of the game if she can make this for New York Mills. But we're at that kind of spot in the game here where it's 25, and it's just kind of this slow death unless Mills can find a way to make a quick run. But Park Christian's just been too much today.
Baden gets that one to go as they complete, as some would say, the wholesale changes. With 11:47 to go. 55-31 your score on your Hilltop Lumber scoreboard. Johnson now kick outside, a 3 on its way by Froy is no good.
I guess if you're going to jack it early in a possession, why wouldn't you stick with the zone?
Laudenbach drives, comes back. Dunrud will take the 3 off the back iron. Deep rebound, tapped into the backcourt. And he'll stay with New York Mills. Again, just so you know, the next game between Sauk Center and Painesville, we will not be having that on the 549 Media Network. You can find it on Mid-Minnesota Sports. With the broadcast they're here set up, and then come back for the championship game between the Yellow Jackets and Sauk Center and the Yellow Jackets and the Hornets for the Holiday Hoops at the Hive Championship games. As that ball gets turned over. Sukert now. They swing it around now. Here's Froy. Excuse me. She dribbles left hand, near side Johnson looking inside Sukert. Sukert with Dunrud on her, puts it up and in for 2.
Park Christian going to a half-court zone here instead of the pressure. Probably just, with 10 minutes left, you're still trying to put some pressure on them at the same time. Just get back and defend well and do the right things, and you're gonna win the basketball game. I just really like the way Park Christian has attacked this zone in the second half, attacking from the weak side. And it's just kind of been relentless between them flashing in and getting wide open looks or crashing the boards.
Timeout New York Mills as Sylvia Rognes hits the 3 to make it a 28-point game. We'll be back here on the 549 Media Network.
From the plains of North and South Dakota to the lakes of Minnesota, one remarkable creature thrives. The cold climate heat pump. It cools when it's hot, heats when it's not, and uses far less energy than traditional systems. Those who welcome one into their habitat enjoy year-round comfort, generous rebates, and bills that nearly hibernate. Cold climate heat pumps, cooling, heating, and saving all year. That's efficient comfort. Powered by Otter Tail Power Company.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Welcome back. Second half rolls on. Park Christian out in front, 59-31 on your Hilltop Lumber scoreboard.
Perham girls here early today. We got a long wait.
They had a walkthrough this morning, and then also, I'm sure they probably had a team breakfast, and then to get ready at JV games as well.
What do you think Super's going to wear tonight for the championship?
I may have been tipped off and saw it earlier, but it's another Christmas-related jacket. We'll see if he wears it for the chip, though.
I guess if my girls shot that well when I was wearing that, you could get me to wear about anything.
Long in box 3 is no good. Vaden battles for the ball or put back, no.
Isn't it crazy, how teams just, particularly the girls program in Perham, they just have kind of taken on Super's identity. You watch their social media stuff and how they play. I mean, Super can be incredibly serious in what he wants and how he wants to go about winning basketball games. And then he also is incredibly goofy, but it's always about having fun and being kind and respectful. And it's just every season since I've been around, they've just kind of all taken on his personality. That's a sign of a good coach. Suker's having a heck of a game. What does she have?
She has 18.
Yeah, she's played really well. You can get a good sense now, of why Park Christian's been so successful these last couple of years, and this year, leading the Pine to Prairie Conference.
Lauterbach here near side. Dunwood, they trap on her quickly.
Pine to Prairie Conference is a good girls basketball conference. They've got, different. It always kind of depends on the specific years, but they've had some really good. Obviously Ada's been in that thing forever, so you're always going to be. They've kind of owned the conference. What I really like about the Pine to Prairie Conference, too, is they have a conference championship game. So they have a South winner and a North winner, and they move the location around, and they play an extra game. That counts. It's typically after the QRF is complete.
Okay.
It doesn't count as a regular season game, so it can be, let's say, you can still have 26 on the schedule, so you don't have to go down. But it's a fun day, and there's been some really, really good basketball games, both girls and boys. But I don't know how many conferences in the state of Minnesota do that.
I can't think of many at all.
And it's a fun day to host because you get a lot of people there. You do like a 1 and a 3 o'clock game. Normally it's like that first weekend of March. But I know Park Christian's girls have been in that thing for quite a while, winning the south half of that conference.
They've had some strong teams that just ran into some buzzsaws the last few years as Dundred gets the finish. And unfortunately for them, has had their season end here at the Hive for the couple of years.
Hillcrest last year, was it?
I believe it was, yes, Hillcrest last year. And then
we've had some good girls teams too. Underwood and that 6A has good basketball teams.
A change in that tournament this year a little bit, not neutral site right away, going to home sites for seeding. So that quarterfinal Saturday that used to be here at the Hive, that won't be happening this year.
That. Is that for both boys and girls?
Yep, both 6A.
I don't like that at all.
They've kind of gone with the home court, and then then they'll switch. I believe the semifinals or can't remember how there is a change. I know that. I got to get the right confirmations. I'm explaining as that feed is inside, the shot is no good.
I don't like that whatsoever. I don't get the logic behind it. I get you're maybe trying to save some money, but one of the big things about a memory of a high school athlete is going to one of those cool neutral sites and playing. If you're sitting in the basement at Concordia and getting to play in that second round of games, that means something, and it creates this, it's like whoop-de-doo, I'm playing on my home court for the 17th time this year. So I know more and more people like it. Even us hosting here at the Hive has been great, and it's created a really cool atmosphere, particularly for the 6A games. But there's just something about those big neutral sites. This facility can certainly handle it, but that's sad to hear.
Yeah, this year quarterfinals will be high seed. Semifinals are neutral site, and the finals are at Concordia.
So all the way to the semis before you get to that. But I guess that's not too big of a deal. But like I said, I prefer creating experiences, memorable experiences for high school athletes. And if they've played 29 games at that point, I think they deserve to play somewhere else than at their home place.
Well, and we've seen it the last 4 or 5 years in this gym. When those single A schools come to the Hive,
oh, it's awesome.
It's full, it's packed, and the energy in the place is outstanding.
Well,
just like that 3 there by Dunroot.
How many people in the gym don't have anything to do with either team? They just love coming to that neutral site to watch basketball all day. I mean, that's what it's about. You create that playoff atmosphere. So if it's at a home gym, when it's just one game and it's not multiple games, that's just a poor decision. I don't know who makes it. I'm sure I'm going to get a phone call now about why they decided it. People are going to say I'm mean, but I've been a major proponent of that for a long time. And when they started, during COVID, when we started to kind of go away and people started to say, I think we should move on from Concordia. They don't really take us very seriously there, and they don't have it all figured out, and their concessions stink. It's like, yeah, it's not about grandma's concessions, it's about the cool atmosphere for the kids that get to go out in the big court and the college court, and plus they've probably watched plenty of games there, and they dreamt of playing on that court someday. They didn't dream of playing on Pelican Rapids court when they're the 5 seed playing the 1 seed. All right, you brought it up. Mitch Anderson was wondering what we were going to talk about on the broadcast, and you've created something. But actually, what's really been nice about these last couple of minutes is certainly New York Mills has not just decided the game's over, let's get me out of here. They've still been very active, and anytime you're getting to the line late in games like this, it means you're still playing with an intensity that you want as a team, and certainly Coach Dunroot's going to be able to try to build on this, even if the game doesn't go his way.
Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with.
That was like my girls when they do their TikToks. He was going white ball, blue ball, white ball, blue ball, and he decided to stick with white, which I think was the right call.
And that ball gets tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with Mills again. Dunroot, the 3 off the glass, no good. Carlson, the rebound. It's swinging around, almost a steal. Carlson kicks, stolen this time by Dunroot. Dunroot inside for Vaden, but Park Christian comes back, gets a steal. That's Card. To the near side 40. Step back, takes the 3, and misses everything, and Card will get it. Greg with it, it's turned over. Up ahead for Vaden. Greg comes back, makes a nice hustle play. Outlets it up ahead for Rogness as she lays it in.
You love that when she dribbled it off her foot and turned it over, and instead of sulking about that, dead sprinted to the opposite side of the floor and gets a steal. You love seeing that as a coach when somebody makes a mistake and you have a short memory. Now she's going to get well, she got swatted, but she got the steal 2 in a row.
As Vaden comes back and swats that, we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a break here from the Hive.
From the plains of North and South Dakota to the lakes of Minnesota, one remarkable creature thrives. The cold climate heat pump. It cools when it's hot, heats when it's not, and uses far less energy than traditional systems. Those who welcome one into their habitat enjoy year-round comfort, generous rebates, and bills that nearly hibernate. Cold climate heat pumps, cooling, heating, and saving all year. That's efficient comfort. Powered by Otter Tail Power Company.
Hansen's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hansen, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Burgess, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Burgess, or Detroit Lakes today. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
.6:29 to go. 67-39. We might see if we can explore further into deep thoughts as this broadcast rolls on.
Better save my voice for the championships.
Oh boy, nice. Drop inside Carlson, and Dunder gets called for the foul.
What I like about what they've done is they've caught the ball in the high post and then they're reverse pivoting, which allows them to see that weak side flasher or even the strong side flasher. So often teams and coaching staffs don't teach it. They front pivot, they catch that thing in the top, and they end up staying right where the ball came from, and they don't see that weak side flasher. So excellent job by Park Christian there. They've done that multiple times in the second half, finding that flasher, seeing that high-low dump down pass for layups.
Free throw good for Carlson. Second one too strong. Rebound. Battling for it. Gregg gets it. Carlson gets fouled and will go back to the line. Costin picks up that foul. Free throw forthcoming from the Horseman. Free throw line is no good.
She's been more active today than she was late. She got kind of worn down in the second half a little bit. She does not look that both her and 40 have played really, really well and consistent throughout this game.
Now with it. Vaden looking things over. Comes back near side.
They must have kind of two versions of this 1-3-1 where one they extend up and they really try to deny and the other one where they just sink and try to make you pass the ball around the perimeter.
40, the runner from the side, no good. Inside, Carlson battling for the board, tapped around. He'll stay with Park Christian. 5:43 to go. Lead is now stretched to 30. Again, just a reminder, if you're looking to tune in for Painesville and Sauk Center, you can find that on Minnesota Sports. We'll come back, have the championship games for you. Carlson shot is no good. Fall away is altered.
You'd like to see her kick that one back out. You gained the possession, you did your job, and got the offensive rebound. Don't bail them out with a tough fadeaway shot like that.
Comes back near side to Laudenbach. Now Vaden too tall. Right to the veteran scorers table of Aaron Anderson, Jeff Mosca.
Mosca too, a wonderful official, and also quick reflexes. It's really nice. One of the cool things we have here is it's finding people that are willing to help on these holiday tournaments to, go out of your way and work for. It almost ends up being a donation. You don't get paid a whole lot, but that that because you're helping the backcourt club. So it's nice to see some former players and some students that are in college coming to help, and teachers that come in. So overall, just really proud of Perham and how they go about putting on this event every year.
Dunroot hits a 3 after Sukert makes a bucket. Kennedy Pilgrim and just kind of constant on the scorebook and the scoreboard as well. You mentioned the alumni. A lot of them have been back throughout these last 2 days. Kick out outside, a long 2. That's no good. Bronco the rebound for Mills. Up ahead to Vaden. Knifes through off the glass. No. Rebound grab by Park Christian, and they're looking to run. Sukert inside. Jumper is no good. Dunroot another board. She's got to be closing in, or if she hasn't already, on a double-double. Now Dunroot with it. Cross court goes to Lautenbach now inside the Bronco. She's fouled and go back to the line. Brought to you by Horace Mann.
You'd like to see her look high post there. Middle girl sinks and doubles. Just dump that thing to the high post. It would be a wide open layup. Found a way to draw a foul.
Bronco misses the free throw. Gets the second. Out to the far side. Driving, free, brings it up top. 3 on its way, it's good. The line drive 3, Monica Free is good.
Up 30, you'd like to see the ball moved around, but sometimes when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. It was one of those things as a coach, you're like, no. Oh, okay, it went in. But I like that Park Christian has not, laid off the gas. They are still pushing tempo and shooting shots. 30 seconds left on the shot clock, and there's still plenty. There's 3 minutes like that. You're trying to push and you're trying to get better and end this holiday break on a positive note.
Dunroot, the deep 3 out the back iron after Card hit hers.
Now you'll probably see the subs come in and get everybody rotated.
Layup is good. Right on cue. We'll have wholesale changes coming up at the next whistle. Vaden, the 3, that's off the iron. Sukert, the rebound.
Sukert, if it's me, I'm trying to get one last bucket out of this. Fortunately, they got the quick timeout, the sub timeout.
They will make all the changes. Stay tuned. Quick post-game show. Name our player of the game. Brought to you by Steve Sanitation. We'll also have our Otter Tail Power play of the game, which we're going to redo this one. I know it. I've been liking the buzzer beaters at shot clocks, and I'm going to give it to Lautenbach again for our Otter Tail Power play of the game.
The runner at the buzzer. That was fun, too.
That one's offline. So our Otter Tail Power play of the game, Rosemary Lautenbach from New York Mills, the 3 seconds on the shot clock inbound from the far sideline, and hits a runner to beat the buzzer. Now some pressure near side, looking to drive, tough shot.
That was excellent job by 20, right? She was out of control. She knew she didn't have much left. So just kind of make sure you get into the shoulders of the defender and try to draw some contact. Nice job considering, what would have been the alternative if she would have just tried to shoot that normally.
Free throw's good for Esther. Esther Hansen at the line. We have seen some high offensive scoring numbers in the last 2 days.
I can promise you that boys' championship is going to have some points.
The question is how much defense?
Well, if we defend, there'll be defense on one side of it. But it'll be good. It's going to be an excellent game. I'm excited. This next game that we aren't broadcasting, I think pretty similar styles of how they like to play. It'll be interesting to see how Sauk Center looks with with a different team defending them. Just Perham defended them so well last night. It's hard to get kind of a feel of exactly what Sauk Center looks like this year. If they're maybe a little down, or if they just were locked up too good by the Perham Yellow Jackets defense.
On the girls' side, the height mismatch will be interesting to see between Sauk Center and
low
Perham.
Low post against 3-point shooting. I like the Yellow Jackets in both games.
Three-pointer there is no good.
That might be a little partial.
I was just going to say, no bias at all there. We'll take a break, come back, wrap things up here from the Hive.
We take pride in what we send out. When you open a bag of licorice, you want that licorice to look good. You want that licorice to taste good. We work for you. We take pride in what we're making and what we are offering. It is so important to me. I do thank KLM from the bottom of my heart. They believe you and your family is important.
Well, welcome back to the Hive. We thank you for tuning in. Our Steve Sanitation player of the game for Park Christian will be Elizabeth Sukert. She finishes with 20 points. Kyle, she had a real nice tournament.
Yeah, she did. She was active on both ends. I wonder how many steals she had in this game, but she's a good active player, plays physical, and she also hit some shots when some of those Mills runs were taking place. She'd get a steal and a score to kind of put the flame out on any of those runs.
Well, we'll be back here later this afternoon as the Yellow Jackets take on Sauk Center girls basketball action. Make sure to tune in for that. We thank you for tuning in.
You've been watching 549 Media. Don't miss a moment. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications at youtube.com/@549media. The plays, the energy, the excitement, it's all right here with 549 Media.